will not create the
Servlet's introduction you have seen yesterday. What is servlets? Servlets is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. What is web application? It's a distributed application which runs on browser and server. Browser and server. Okay. If the application running on once installed on one system, running on many systems, it is called distributed application. Which is going to run under browser and server is called web application. Browser. What is browser? Browser is a software that executes web pages containing text, image, graphics, animation, audio, video, dash dash. Okay. Server. What is server? Server is software which receives requests from the client, processes a request, constructs a response, sends a response back to a client. How many types of servers? Two types. What are those? Web server, application server. What is web server? Which contains only web container. What is application server? Which contains both web container and EJB container. Two containers will be there. Now for running servlets, which container required? Web container. Web container is available in web server also, application server also. That means any one server you can use. Any one server you can use. Okay. How many types of web applications? Two types. What are those? Static web application, dynamic web application. That is how to explain. See, static web application, dynamic web application. Two types of web application. First, you see the notes. Yesterday given notes. What is static web application? See, which is already prepared and placed in server. It's called static web application. What is dynamic web application? See, which is prepared dynamically whenever request comes to a server. So already prepared means static. Whenever request comes, then prepared means dynamic. Okay. Static web application common to all users or specific to user? Common to all users. Dynamic application specific to user. Static web application where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Browser. Dynamic web application where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Server only. Whenever request comes to static web application, what server will do? Whenever request comes to static web application, what server will do? Sends a program to a browser. Whenever request comes to dynamic application, what server will do? Executes a program, sends the output to a browser. Can I develop static web application with only HTML? With only HTML also possible. HTML, CSS, many are there, but with only HTML also possible. Can I develop dynamic application with HTML? No, compulsory Java required. Java, .NET, Python, other language required. Okay, only HTML not possible. That is I'll explain. Suppose one diagram. Okay, already is there. The diagram I'll take. Suppose this diagram. This diagram you observe. This diagram you observe. Here, it is one server. It is one server. Okay. Server is nothing but one software. Now, what is your static dynamic concept? I'll explain. It is one server. Server is nothing but one software. Server is a software. Server is a software. It receives requests from client, processes the request, constructs the response, sends the response back to a client. This is one software. That software is called server. Okay. Here database. It is also one software. This software contains data. This software contains applications. This is one application. This is one more application. Now, here you observe this page. Is it common to all users or specific to user? Common to all users. For all users, same appears. Okay. This page, is it common to all users or specific to user? Specific to user. But here also, here hall ticket number, name, C, C++, Java, these all same appears. Marks will be different. Hall ticket number, name, marks will be different. But remaining font size, font style, font color, left margin, right margin, designing part will be there, no? That will be same. Data will be different for every user. Every hall ticket number data will be different. See, observe here. This page already prepared. This page already prepared and placed in server. Then it is called as static web page. Okay, that is called static web page. This page is prepared whenever hall ticket number comes. This page is prepared whenever hall ticket number comes. Whenever hall ticket number comes, communicates with database. Given hall ticket number is there or not, it will check. If it is there, that hall ticket number data loaded and passed. So this page is prepared whenever hall ticket number comes. That's what it is called, dynamic web page. It is called dynamic web page. Okay. See, this page is called static web page. This page is called dynamic web page. This page is already prepared. This is already prepared and placed in server. That's what static. This page is prepared whenever hall ticket number comes, because it is incomplete page. Only designing layout will be there. Data will not be there. The data will be loaded from database whenever hall ticket number comes. So this page is prepared whenever hall ticket number comes. That's what this page is called, dynamic web page. Okay. It is called static web page. It is called dynamic web page. This page will be common to all users. This page is every user different. Whenever request comes to this page, what server will do is this program pass it to browser. When browser receives, then executed, you'll get output. So this program not executed in server, because server doesn't know HTML. It is only HTML also you can write. Server doesn't know HTML. So this program not executed in server. This program executed in browser. Whenever request comes to this program executed here only, and this output only transferred to browser. This program with only HTML also possible, but this program with only HTML not possible. Compulsory we require Java. So this program communicating with database, JDBC code also required. Okay, receiving hall ticket number, sending result, for that servlet program required. So this is servlet and JDBC mixed. Okay, this program with only HTML possible, but for this program also HTML required, because this font sizes, font colors, font style, left margin, right margin, top margin, bottom margin, and if you want to do alignments, if you want to do some designing, those all again HTML required. But with only HTML not possible. Compulsory we have to use Java. Now, whenever request comes to this program transfer to browser because browser doesn't know HTML. Server doesn't know HTML. So that program passed to the browser. When browser received, it executes because HTML browser understandable language. HTML server doesn't know. So this program executed in browser, but this program executed in server. But both are present in server only. Okay. First you write this diagram. Just online results. Online results. Is it over? I'll ask some questions. Give me answer. This page. This page is common to all users or specific to user? Common to all users. This page is specific to user. So this is called static web page. This is called dynamic web page. This page is prepared, already prepared and placed in server. Static. This page is prepared whenever hall ticket number comes. That's what it is. Dynamic. Okay. This page, where it resides, server. Where it runs, browser. This page, where it resides, server. Where it runs, server. Whenever request comes to this page, what server will do? Sends a program to a browser. Whenever request comes to this program, executes a program and sends a output to a browser. Can I develop with only HTML? This one? No. Compulsory is Java required, so it's required. Okay. Now I'll show you some other examples. You give me answer. Suppose it is home page. It is home page. In this page, mail hyperlink is there. When you click, another page comes. Username, password, submit button. Username, password, submit button. When you click, given username, password, received, it will check in database, it will display mailbox. Your mails are displayed. Now I'll ask some question, give me answer. This page, common to all users or specific to user? Common to all users. This page, common to all users. This page, specific to user. It is static or dynamic? This one? This one? Dynamic. After receiving username, password, this mails box displayed. So when you click on submit button, it will receive username, password, communicates with database. Given username, password exists or not, it will check. If it is there, mails are loaded. So this page already prepared. This page already prepared. This page is prepared whenever username, password comes. That's what it is, dynamic. This page, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? This page, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Browser. This page, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Server only. Whenever request comes to this page, what server will do? Sends a program to a browser. Here, whenever request comes to this program, sends a program to a browser. Whenever request comes to this program, executes a program and sends the output to a browser. Can I develop with only HTML? This one? This one? No. Compulsory Java, .NET, Python required. Okay. Now you observe. One more. Here I typed google.com. We got a Google home page. This page, is it static or dynamic? Static. Where it resides? Server. Where it runs? This program is running in my system. Browser. Okay. Can I develop with only HTML? HTML. Like designing purpose, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so many things we use. That program we can see. See, right click, view page source. See, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, complete code we can see. This is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You observe. See, HTML. Okay. So these are JavaScript. CSS is there, JavaScript is there. For you, it appears like a nothing, but backside that much code is there. It appears like a nothing here. There are so much code is there because you observe, you are going to click here. These many options are there, no? That's what code is there backside. For everything, code is there. These many options are there, no? These options are there. And here, these also options are there. These are hyperlinks you observe. Okay. These are options, hyperlinks only. So here hyperlink only, here hyperlink only. Even these also you can click. That's what backside this much code is there. View page source. See. Now in internet, if I show any page that is static or dynamic, can you give answer or not? Possible, no? Now, if I show any page in internet, whether it is static or dynamic, you can give answer. Whether it runs in server or browser, you can give answer. Possible, no? Now, you are going to learn this type of applications. Say, next. Servlets is a specification. Okay. Say, 1990, internet came. 1990, internet came. When Java came and exists in the market? 1995. 1995, Java came. Okay. So 1990, internet came. 1995, Java came. You observe here. Java version history. If you type, it shows first page only. When Java came, that will be there. See, JDK beta version 1995. Okay, but servlets, you observe. Servlets also versions will be there. See, servlets. See, 1996 starting. So servlets also version is there. You observe. Java servlets 1.0 1996. Latest version servlets 6.0. Okay, 6.0 2021 released. So here Java servlets also 1.0, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 like this. Here versions are there. Now present version 6.0 going on. Okay. See, 1990 internet came. 1995 Java came. 1996 servlets came. Okay. Say Java is a first and foremost programming language to develop internet applications. Java is a first and foremost programming language for developing internet applications. But internet was there before Java only. Before Java only, internet was there. That means before 1995 also, internet applications were exist. But I am saying Java is the first programming language to develop internet applications. Say, Java is a first programming language to develop internet applications. Internet application purpose, 1990, there is no specific programming language. 1990, there was no programming language for internet. But what they did, how they developed internet application these 5 years, they used C, C++, Smalltalk, ADA, Simula, Perl. What are the languages already exist? Using those language they developed. Suppose C language not made for internet because C language introduced in 1972. 1972 there was no internet. 1972 there was no internet. 1990 when internet came, there is no specific programming language. That is the reason they used C. When Java came, they stopped. Java became as popular. It was booming in the industry. Now also booming in the industry. Because if you develop any internet application with C language, C++ language, Smalltalk language, ADA language, other language, not safe, not secure. If you develop with Java, more secure. How? Say, you take any internet application. If the data is confidential, the data, if you want to see, first of all, you need to enter a username, password. If you want to open your mailbox, you need to enter username, password. If you want to access mobile banking or internet banking, you need to enter username, password. If you want to access your policy information, like a health insurance or life insurance, any insurance application, then also you have to enter username, password. Data is confidential. So income tax office data, if you want to access, you need to enter username, password. If the data is confidential, the data, if you want to see, you must provide username, password. Okay, compulsory. Suppose C language, pointers are there. Java language, pointers are not there. With the pointers, security issues comes. That is the reason only Java developers removed pointers. Otherwise, why they'll remove? Pointer is the most important topic only. You know very well. In C language, total C language, which is most important topic? Pointers only, no? Most difficult topic? Pointers. Okay? And pointers is a heart of C language. Main part. But main part only removed by Java developers. So that heart is removed by Java developers. Reason, security problems comes. And that too, Java not made for system software. System software purpose, pointer compulsory. And internet application, pointers are there, security problems comes. Say, with the pointers, password, address you can find out. Through address, password also you can find out. That type of security issues comes. That is the reason only Java developers removed pointers. Without pointers, internet applications are safe. That is one reason, security reason. Okay. That's what when Java came, C language stopped to develop internet applications. So 1995 when Java came, then only C language stopped. But developing internet application specification also required. But specification came in 1996, Solid's. But before 1996, which specification they used? 1990 to 96. There was previously one specification was there, common gateway interface. That specification was popular. When Solid's came, that specification outdated. Why it is outdated? I'll explain. So CGI, common gateway interface, now versus Solid's. Write it. Common gateway interface versus Solid's. One side CGI, one more side Solid's. Common gateway interface. In short, we are calling CGI. Common gateway interface, CGI. common gateway interface versus servlets. So before servlets, CGI was powerful specification. When servlets came, it is outdated. Why? You'll understand. CGI is a specification for developing web applications with C, C++, Perl, etc. Solid is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. CGI is a specification for developing web applications with C, C++, Perl, etc. Solid is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. CGI is a specification for developing web applications with C, C++, Perl, etc. So that specification can be used with any language, many languages supported, but Solid's only for Java. But here, if you compare only this one, which one better appears? CGI better appears because multiple language supporting, but Solid's one language only. But actually, this is not main difference. This is main difference. CGI based web server creates a new process for every request. Solid's based web server creates a new process for very first request only. And remaining requests are handled by child process. Solid's based web server creates a new process for very first request only, and remaining requests are handled by child process. Solid's based web server creates a new process for very first request only, and remaining requests are handled by child process. See, suppose 1000 requests came to CGI, then how many process created? How many? 1000 created. 1000 requests came to Solid. How many created? 1. Remaining all child process created. Child process nothing but in core Java you studied multi-threading. Multi-threading you studied, no? Thread. It creates a new process from main process. Child process created. That type. So here inbuilt multi-threading will be there. It will create new process for first request only. From that child process created, those requests are handled. Like that, prepared. But exact one process, we cannot give a guarantee that it depends upon server capacity. Suppose one server may supports only maximum child process 1000 only. One more server may support 2000 process, like that. That will be different. But nowadays crores of requests coming, but crores of requests one process will not possible. Every 1001 or every 10,001 like that will be created. Exact not one. Exact not one. Okay. Suppose 1000 requests came, maybe one process. Suppose 10,000 requests came, maybe 10 process created. Every 1001 or every 2001 like that. But worldwide crores of requests are coming nowadays. Long back internet usage was very less. When internet was introduced in 1995, at the time 1000 requests also not there, but now crores of requests coming per minute. Okay. Long back internet usage was very less. 1990 internet introduced in Hyderabad. 1995-96 introduced. So after 5-6 years in Hyderabad introduced. Okay. At the time also internet usage was very less. Internet usage was very less and very costly also. Internet, when internet introduced in Hyderabad, 150 rupees per hour cyber cafe system, 1 hour. But now you are getting just 10 rupees. Okay. 150 rupees 1 hour. That is 1995. But 150 rupees in 2022, it is equivalent to 1000 rupees. That means you should not compare 150 10 rupees. 1000 and 10 rupees you have to compare. Because 1995 150 rupees now equivalent to 1000 rupees, that is. Okay. Like that. So internet usage was very less. Internet was very costly. Internet was very slow. For opening mailbox also it has taken more time. But now live streaming also coming. Okay. Like that. See, long back they used CGI, but present CGI not possible to handle because crores of requests coming. Still if it is CGI, server will become fail because those many processes it cannot create also. Okay. That's what CGI outdated in 1995 only, 96 only. When servlets came, CGI outdated. So one diagram also I'll give. See, CGI based web server. Suppose here two CGIs are there. Two CGIs are there. Suppose like this request came. Suppose request for CGI1. Request for CGI2. Request for CGI1. Request for CGI2. Request for CGI1. Suppose 3 requests came to CJ1. Two requests came to CJ2. But here, 5 process created. Every request, new process. Every request, new process created. Process for CJ1. Process for CJ2. Process for CJ1. Process for CJ2. Process for CJ1. Write this diagram. So two solids, that's what two process. Remaining all child process. Now servlet runs in server. Server doesn't know main method. Main method is not required now. We'll see. Is it over? Here, two CGAs are there. Two CGAs. Two CGAs, 5 requests are there. Then how many processes here? 5. Here two servlets are there. 5 requests are there. How many processes? 2 only. For this one process. For this one process. Remaining requests are handled by child process. Suppose here 10 CGAs. Here 10 CGAs. Here 1000 requests. Then how many process? 1000. Here 10 servlets. 1000 requests. How many process? 10 only. For first request only process created. The second request, third request handled with child process. From this only child process created. From this only child created. That will handle. Okay. This is very first time only this process. Again second request, child created. That will handle. Okay. That is only you studied in core Java, multi-threading. Okay. See, this is the reason only CJ outdated. With this reason only CJ outdated. Because now google.com per minute 2.5 crores of people are accessing. Then if it is CJ, how many process? 2.5 crores. Okay. But here every 1001 or every 10,001 depends upon server capacity. But exact one process not possible. For 2.5 crore process means one process not possible. Every 1001 or every 10,001 may be created. That it depends upon server. Okay. Load balancing purpose, not exactly one. Based on server hardware capacity, software capacity, they'll create. Okay. Next concept, applets versus servlets. Applets versus servlets. Applets versus servlet. Here programming related. You have to listen with more concentration. Okay, it is programming related. Write it. An applet is a Java program Java program resides in server and runs in browser. An applet is Java program that resides in server and runs in browser. A servlet is a Java program that resides in server and runs in server only. An applet is a Java program that resides in server and runs in browser. A servlet is a Java program that resides in server and runs in server only. That means applet is static or dynamic? Static. Solid is dynamic. Okay. It is just like a HTML, but HTML very easy as compared to applet. That is the reason applet outdated. Now no one is using applet. All are using HTML only. Because HTML, one text box, if you want to create, one line you will write. Input type equal to text box created. But here, first applet object you have to create. One text box object you have to create. That object you have to add to another applet. Again, you have to call methods. That box sizes you have to set with methods. You have to place the cursor. You have to increase the font size. Those many things required here. But they're very simple. One line you will write. That's what applet outdated. No one is using applets. But this is just with servlets. If I compare, you will understand easily. As well as in interview, they may ask. That is the reason. Okay. Now, applets are used to extend the functionality of browser. Servlets are used to extend the functionality of server. Applets are used to extend the functionality of browser. Servlets are used to extend the functionality of server. Say browser functionality can be extended with applets. Server functionality can be extended with servlets. Next, write it. Applets do not have main method. Because applet runs in browser. Applets do not have main method because applet runs in browser. Servlets do not have main method because servlet runs in server. Applets do not have main method because applet runs in browser. Servlets do not have main method because servlet runs in server. If the program is running under operating system, then only main method required. If the program is running under operating system, then only main method required. But applet running in browser, servlet running in server, that's what main method not required. If you write also, no use. If you write also, no use. Servlet runs in server only. Next. Applets do not have main method because applet runs in browser. Servlets do not have main method because servlet runs in server only. Now, your doubts I'll clarify end of the session. Listen the class. Listen the class. Now, applets do not have main method because applet runs in browser. If you write a main method also, browser doesn't know main method. Browser doesn't know main method. That's what if you write also, no use. Here if you write main method also, no use. Because server doesn't know main method. Operating system only knows main method. So previous all programs we executed under operating system. Previous all programs we executed under operating system. That's what main method compulsory. But servlet program, no main method because we are running in server. Server doesn't know main method. But if main method is not there, where execution begins, life cycle is there. Applet has life cycle methods to run in browser. Servlet has life cycle methods to run in server. Applet has lifecycle methods to run in browser. Servlet has lifecycle methods to run in server. Lifecycle methods of an applet. Lifecycle methods of a servlet. Lifecycle methods of an applet. Lifecycle methods of a servlet. I'll give like this. Write it as it is. Init, start, paint, stop, destroy. Init, service, destroy. Like this only write it. I'll explain why arrows like that. I'll explain. Arrows also as it is write it. Init, start, paint, stop, destroy. Init, service, destroy. Life cycle methods of an applet. Life cycle methods of a servlet. Is it over? So this arrows also write it like this one. Is it over? Now. Next write it. Init method called by browser init method called by browser whenever applet is opened. Init method called by browser whenever applet is opened. Start method called by browser whenever applet is opened and activated. Paint method called by browser whenever applet is opened and activated. Stop method called by browser whenever applet is deactivated and closed. Stop method called by browser whenever applet is deactivated and closed. Destroy method called by browser whenever applet is deactivated and closed. See the notes, give answers, I'll ask some questions. I'll ask some questions, give me answer. Whenever applet is opened, whenever applet is opened, how many methods called? See the notes. Whenever applet is opened, how many methods called? How many? Three. What are those? Init, start, init, start, paint. Okay. Whenever applet is deactivated, how many methods called? Two methods. What are those? Stop and destroy. Stop and destroy. Whenever applet is activated, how many methods called? Two methods. What are those? Start and paint. Whenever applet is closed, how many methods called? Two methods. What are those? Stop and destroy. See here, what is activation, what is deactivation, opening, closing, these all. See. First, is it over? Writing is over. See, applet runs in browser. Suppose browser, I'll open. Now, so assume this is applet. It is running. Applet open. Then init method, start method, paint method called. When I minimize, stop and destroy. Sorry, stop called. 1 minute. I given open, here open and activated, here open, activated, it is deactivated and closed. It is only closed. This is just given wrong. Just strike out that one. Destroy method called by the browser whenever applet is closed. Deactivated, just strike out. I given mistake. Now, suppose you observe Uh, I'll open the browser. That means applet opened. Applet opened. Init call, stop call, start call, paint call. When I minimize, when I minimize, stop call. Again, if I maximize, start and paint call. Again, if I minimize, stop call. Again, if I maximize, start and paint. Okay. Now, if I close, stop and destroy, like that. Minimize, maximize, it is nothing but activation, deactivation. And also, if I switch to other application, suppose here already browser open, I'll now applet is running. If I switch to notepad, now applet deactivated. Again, if I switch to browser, applet activated, deactivated, activated, deactivated, like this. It is also called activation, deactivation. Okay. So activation, deactivation. Now, see, I given diagram just now. What I given like this. Init, start, paint, stop, destroy. Okay. Like this I given. Now, whenever applet open, what are the methods called? Init, start, paint, deactivated, stop, activated, start, paint, deactivated, stop, activated, start, paint, deactivated, stop, activated, start, paint. It will rotate. Whenever you close, stop and destroy. That means how many times init called? One time or many times? One time. How many times destroy called? One time. This is while opening only called. This is while closing only called. These are many times called, depends upon your usage. Okay. Next. Solid side. Init method called by web container whenever first request comes to a solid. Service method called by web container for every request. Destroy method called by web container whenever servlet instance is removed from web container. Note. Servlet instance is removed from web container whenever web application is undeployed or server shuts down. These all noted down. Init method called by web container whenever first request comes to a servlet. Service method called by web container for every request. Destroy method called by web container whenever servlet instance is removed from web container. Note, servlet instance is removed from web container whenever web application is undeployed or server shuts down. Say, suppose it is server. If you place servlet in a server, that is called deploying. If you remove from server, that is called undeploying. That is technical term. Uploading, downloading, like different terminology we are using, browsing, surfing, like that. Deploying, undeploying. Servlet program, if you copy in server, deploying. If you remove from server, undeploying. Okay, deployment, undeployment. Now see the notes and give me answer. See the notes and give me answer. Whenever first request comes, how many methods called? See the notes. Give me answer. One method or two methods? How many? Two methods. Service method called by web container for every request. Every request means first request also included or not? Every request means first request also. Okay. Whenever first request comes, how many methods called? Two methods. What are those? Init and service. When second request comes, how many called? One method. That is service. Third request, one method. That is service. Fourth request, one method. That is service. Last request, how many methods? One method. That is, what is that? Service only, not destroy. Not destroy, service only. Last request also service only. When destroy called? Whenever application undeployed or whenever shut down. Server software if you shut down. Like a Windows operating system, you are going to shut down, no? Like that server also we can shut down. That is. Okay. See. Now the diagram I given like this. Init, service, destroy. Okay, like this I given. Now, like this I given. Whenever first request comes, how many methods? Init method, service method. Second request comes, service. Third request, service. Fourth request, last request. This is called whenever web application undeployed or server shuts down, then only. Okay. Next. 5 points completed, no? 6 point. 6 point. Life cycle methods of an applet. Life cycle methods of an applet are the part of java.applet.applet class. Life cycle methods of a servlet are the part of Jakarta.servlet interface. Life cycle methods of a servlet are the part of Jakarta.servlet interface. Next, every servlet must extends Java, every applet must extends java.applet.applet class to derive life cycle. Every servlet must implements jakarta.servlet interface to derive life cycle. So compulsory inheritance required. Compulsory inheritance required. Every servlet must implement jakarta.servlet interface to derive life cycle. Every applet must extend java.applet.applet class to derive life cycle. Inheritance compulsory. Last point. Every applet must be public because it should be accessible to browser every applet must be public because it should be accessible to browser to create an object to call lifecycle methods. So class compulsory public, you're right. Every servlet must be public because it should be accessible to web container to create an object to call lifecycle methods. So in previous programs, public class we didn't write, but here public compulsory. Then only that class accessible to browser to create object to call lifecycle method. So we are not creating object, we are not calling methods. It is automatically called. It's like a main method type. You will see first program tomorrow. With that, you will understand. Every applet must be public because it should be accessible to web browser to create an object to call lifecycle methods. Every servlet must be public because it should be accessible to web container to create an object to call lifecycle methods. So all methods are instance methods. Instance methods. How many ways to access? What are those? That object we are not creating. Server is creating. Browser is creating. For creating object, class should be accessible. For accessing purpose, public required. But main method is static method or non-static method? Static. We don't record object. But these are non-static. Object required. Okay. These all points you will understand in a first program. That is, we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll see continuation.